We are about set for some football, and it's Joey Sly to kick things off. And off we go from Nashville. On the return, it's Parker Washington. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft, it's Trevor Lawrence.
You think back just a few years ago, Mike, Trevor Lawrence coming out of Clemson, he was regarded as one of the top quarterback prospects of the last decade, and at times he's fit the billing, but it's been the inconsistency, protect the ball, turnovers. If he can clean up a lot of those miscues, he could be one of the top quarterbacks in this league.
Here's Lawrence to throw right away. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Now Lawrence on the bootleg. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he's going to have a Jags first down. He's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run it once more with ETN. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They go play action for Lawrence. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. They got 14 there, didn't get it by much, but they do pick up the first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
In motion comes Thomas. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll work his way down to about the 41. Second down and 8. Once again, it's ETN. He'll manage only a couple. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle. Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down. In the pistol, here's Lawrence. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. Leading them out, it is their rookie quarterback from your alma mater, Greg, University of Miami.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Got a man left side. It's caught. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Tony Pollard. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. 2nd time they've connected on this drive, and 19 yards out of this one.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Back to throw. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, so it'll bring up 4th down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And that one joints off the upright and in. Fortunate break, but the kick is good. And the Titans will tie the game at 3 apiece. Field goals for both sides on their opening possessions. 3-3 as this one's kicked away. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jaguars offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. In motion comes Thomas. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. He'll get about 2. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On 4th down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt. Returnable from the 17. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Titans offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Throwing right, it's taken in, and he's got it to the 35-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
This is caught down that right sideline. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space. Because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
Here's 2nd and 2. The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Titans.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Joey Sly on now for the point after. It's up and good. And the Titans take a 10-3 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Washington now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Second down, Lawrence. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. Lawrence. A quick throw. That's complete on the slant.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. On the give, it's ETN. And he'll take this ahead to the 43-yard line. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. To the right, on the run, it's ETN. And he will be out of bounds on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. It's the Titans out to the early lead. And we're back in Music City after this. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Up the middle, here's ETN. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Now a handoff, ETN, and he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's complete to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And he's going to have a 1st down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to
and he will dive into the end zone. Take Bigsby. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Titans offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop him. Here's 2nd and 6. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He has Lockett over the middle. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
That's complete to Lockett outright. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. Here now, 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Okonkwo. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. Now they'll set up to throw. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, just buying a little extra time, waiting for his man to uncover on the back of the end zone, and then it just becomes, let's rip it and throw that ball in that window, because it might not stay open for long, but he puts it right where it needs to be. Touchdown.
And of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, so replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Sly now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Titans go up by 7. It is now 17-10. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Bigsby to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. And what that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones. And if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
To throw is Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Here's Logan Cook now. He'll punt for the second time after hitting a beauty in his first effort. This is taken at the 25. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Titans offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with first and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll throw out of the gun, connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Back to throw. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Back to the air one more time. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
From the 2-yard line yet again, what can they do on 3rd and goal? They'll try and run. Here's Pollard. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
That 3rd down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's 3rd down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have 4th down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Titans will extend their lead. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it 1st down. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Titans. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Out comes Sly for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Titans move out to a 24-10 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. Bigsby to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jags offense ready to take over once again. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They go play action for Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
In motion comes Thomas. Lawrence now on 2nd down. That's complete to ETN.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and 6. In motion comes Thomas. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a 1st down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. We're back to Nashville. In a moment, a fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Lawrence. Man. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
2nd down, Lawrence. Off he goes. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
And this time the rush gets home. And down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Lawrence now. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. Cam Little for this field goal attempt. This one from 52 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jaguars will cut into that lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So, still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Lockett headed in motion. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. So we've reached halftime here in this 11-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now return coming from the 7. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Titans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. He's got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average. And frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley, complete. It's a gain of 19 in the air. That's good for a Titan 1st down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He'll again get it to Ridley. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And they'll get about half of what they needed It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run here with Spears.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. That is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Sly now for the point after. He's got it. And the Titans will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Washington now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
And in motion is Brown. Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. He finds De'Ami Brown. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
He'll take this in back at the 16. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, Pollard. Room to run at the 40. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
They'll go back to Pollard on 1st down. And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 4. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. He'll drop to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route. He creates great separation downfield. But now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He's got it at about the 8. And the Titans are going to be set up. 1st and goal coming up. They'll mark them down at the 6-yard line.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Tyson Campbell that time, able to knock it away.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
They'll look to throw yet again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball, and right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. To the goal line and in. Chig Okonkwo. Touchdown, Titans. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Out comes Sly for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Titans are able to extend the lead. throwing the touchdown. Here's Slide to kick it away. Bigsby to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Back to throw. Lawrence gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. And in motion is Brown. A second down throw for Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Etienne now on 1st and 10. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll run it once more with Etienne. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. To throw is Lawrence. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3. Lawrence. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And he'll take it on in. Brian Thomas. Touchdown, Jaguars.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Little on now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Jaguars are able to edge a bit closer. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. There's that man again, another catch. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. 1st down for Tennessee.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground. Work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down. The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Now Pollard. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop him. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. This one intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin with great field position, a short field, in fact, as they start with a 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The home team sends offense and receiver Calvin Ridley set to take over for this drive. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the 3rd quarter. They might be looking to grind out some 1st downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. Right away, they'll set up to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver, and it'll bring up second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
This one is caught downfield by Ridley. They get an even 20 on that one. That's good for a Titan first down. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Running here, it's Pollard. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. They'll run with Spears. And he'll get this very close to a first down. A nice run there. He'll just end up a little bit short.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
On the give, it's Pollard. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That's complete to lock it outright.
This is a really popular concept on 3rd down. It's good versus man, it's good versus zone. They call it mesh routes or drag routes. They want to create some traffic in the middle of the field and pop the receiver out the backside of the defense. But give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. They rallied to the ball and keeps him short from picking up the first down.
Sly's kick is good. And the Titans add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Joey Slye back out to kick this one away. Bigsby to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Man in motion is Brown. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Second down, Lawrence. Now a screen set up for ETN. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That is brought in at the 10. And he will score. Johnny Munt, touchdown Jacksonville. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. His kick is good. And the Jaguars are able to cut into the deficit. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, He had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Now, faking the give. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
That's caught, left side, it's complete. They get 15 on that game. First down for Tennessee.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
Back to the air one more time. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Tyler Lockett. Touchdown, Tennessee. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Sly now for the point after. He's got it, and the Titans will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Washington now to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Jaguars offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Throwing is Lawrence. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on 3rd down at these shorter down and distances. But in this case, they catch the defense off guard. They timed it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the 1st down.
Man in motion is Brown. A 1st down throw for Lawrence.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
First and 10. Lockett headed in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage on this play. They knock him back to the midfield stripe.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lockett headed in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And the defense there to meet them. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Back to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. On fourth down, the longtime special teams ace, Johnny Hecker, on to punt. And deep to return, that is Parker Washington. And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. But they've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least 1 first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
This returnable from inside his own 40. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally 1 step ahead of the defense all game long. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the ground, it's Pollard. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here's Spears. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
They'll try and run for the 1st down with Pollard. So it's a win here for the Titans. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Titans winners here in Music City as we say so long from Nashville.